your story to activism began when naked pictures of you were posted on the web. Could you tell us a bit more about that, how you found out about them, and what emotions you felt when you found out about them?
Yeah. Well, like you said, the first time that I discovered that something was happening, that some pictures were being posted, was in 2009. And mind you, this was after I had been in a relationship with this man, Ryan, for 3.5 years. We dated long distance. It was a very serious relationship. I loved him and I trusted him. And I mean, I know of all people, all of you in this room would not judge, but yeah, we exchanged intimate photos and had explicit webcam sessions, engaged in explicit webcam sessions from afar, just because we were long distance and because we needed something to be able to connect physically from afar and keep the passion in our relationship alive. And we broke up in the end of 2008, just really because of the distance. I mean, long distance it's tough. I'm sure some of you have either experienced it or know people that have experienced it. And we broke up just based on that. It wasn't a terrible breakup. We weren't, there wasn't one person that was not okay with it and angry about it or anything. Nobody cheated on anyone. So I never expected anything like this to happen. I mean, and when we broke up, I had the discussion with him about the photos and said, I just asked him just to make sure, even though we had talked about it before, and said, when we share these, whatever, have them for a week or so and then destroy them. And I did that on my end. But apparently he didn't do the same on his, even though he told me when we broke up, yeah, absolutely, there are no photos, they're destroyed, they're gone. And it was a month after we broke up that I received a call on New Year's Day of 2009, and it was from a friend of mine, and she told me to get on Facebook right away because my profile picture had been changed to a nude photo of me. And people have asked me this question so many times, like, how can you describe what it felt like? And it's really hard to put into words. And I've seen some victims describe it, and I'm like, man, they did a really good job at that. Mm-hmm. But I have a really hard time describing it because it's just, I mean, point blank, you go into shock. And in a way, your life flashes before your eyes, and you think of everything that you've built in your life, and the personal relationships that you've built, the reputation that you've built for yourself personally and professionally, all the work that you've done to get where you are. I mean, especially me at that point, I was on my way to getting my PhD, and I just kind of saw my life flash before my eyes because I thought, this is on the internet. The world can see this. Not only the world, but if it's my Facebook profile, all of my friends, my family that I'm connected to on there can see this. And so that was the first time. I mean, it was one picture, but I, of course, automatically suspected my ex. He was the only one that I had shared this kind of material with. And I called him, confronted him, and he denied it. He actually said that the same thing was happening to him. And I was logged in at this point, and I went to his Facebook profile and confirmed that that wasn't the case. It was his regular Facebook picture. So, I mean, that conversation just kind of ended with me being very confused and wondering, how could he do this? How could the person that I had spent 3.5 years of my life with and loved and trusted and shared the most intimate moments that I'd shared during those times with this person, how could he turn around and do this to me? And I distanced myself from him, and I knew that he was capable of this, so I didn't want to anger him, like set him off too much. So anytime he would try to contact me, I would, talk back to, respond to him, but but just do what I could to kind of end the conversation without angering him. And I just got into the habit of Googling my name because I knew that he was capable of this. And then 6 months later, a handful of photos popped up on a website, amihotnornotnude.com, and I discovered this while I was at work. I was a statistical consultant at the time at my school. I was working, that was my assistantship while I was pursuing my PhD. And I just Googled my name and found it associated with this site, and then obviously didn't click on the link on my work computer, but I clicked on it. I pulled it up on my phone, and as the website started to reveal itself, I could just feel myself go into shock again. I mean, it was the same feeling all over again that I had had the first time I received the call about the Facebook profile. And that was when I started to take